What's up, Cancer? This May energy is finally waking this person up to the truth about this connection, and it's changing everything. For so long, they tried to fight their feelings, suppress their emotions, and convince themselves they didn't need love. But the question is, why did they fight something that felt so real? Why did they run from the one person who truly understood them? Um, this person is going through a major awakening right now. They're starting to see that every time you tried to guide them, love them, or help them grow, it came from a pure place. Um, this person can't stop thinking about you. But why are you everywhere for them now? In their dreams, their thoughts, their quiet moments, why does your energy keep pulling them back? And now, they're realizing the fear of losing you is greater than the fear of changing their entire life. So trust your intuition because somebody is preparing to take a leap of faith for love. And let's get into your reading.
Okay, so I feel like, this person is going through a massive shakeup right now to help them align with new levels of love, both for themselves and for this connection. It is really interesting because with the crows and that lone wolf in the background, you might be seeing signs like birds appearing in your reality. I am also getting that there is a lot going on mentally for them, like they are struggling in a fog or in the dark regarding this bond. There was so much energy surrounding them that was constantly trying to stop them from going through this necessary transition or change. But now, your person is finally seeing things clearly. I keep getting this image of icy blue, which could be their eye color or just a symbol of clarity, like a sudden illumination or third eye opening regarding what they are physically seeing. What you might not realize is that they had to go through this intense experience just to be ready for you. See, the thing is, you are on a pedestal as the ruler of their heart and their fiercely guarded castle. It is only fear that makes them run because, they feel you can offer them absolutely everything and that you become their entire world. This person truly values you and might even view you as a lucky charm, like a four leaf clover, especially with all this green energy coming through. They are realizing that you are very lucky and that you have always been the only person who held the key to their heart. They are currently in a place where they know there is a lot of regret within this connection. There was a love offer here represented by that rose, but I feel like they did not take that leap of faith because they chicken out. Now that the rose has turned dark, they feel like they missed the opportunity to make amends or express their truth. They keep wanting to come forward to tell you how much they love you and offer this brand new rose, but they feel they waited too long. They were confused by something they saw or heard, which made them pause, and now they are filled with regret. The thing is, they viewed you as almost angelic, and they believe there is a level of purity when it comes to you. That is why they are having a really hard time forgiving themselves for how they treated you, let alone expecting you to forgive them. They are asking themselves how you could possibly forgive them for wasting time, listening to others, and being cold with a my way or the highway attitude. Now, your person is looking at you and sees that you have changed. You still have that purity, but for some of you, this has been a significant transformation for you as well. I am getting that one or both of you are currently in the dark about this situation because there is so much unspoken love. I also feel like this road has been very rocky. And while it might feel like someone walked away, I do not get that vibe. They are lighting the path because they feel your love story is not completed yet and there is still a lot that needs to happen. What you may not understand is that you and this person are still energetically connected. I hear people say they did a cord removal, but that does not work if it is your divine counterpart because that is like cutting the cord on yourself. Even if there is distance between you, they feel your energy very heavy because you are divinely connected to one another. What you are seeing with this torch is that the clouds are finally beginning to clear. The hardest thing about this situation is that meeting you triggered this person to spiral because, they have never met anyone like you before. I feel like this is someone who tried to approach you the same way they approached everyone else, but it just did not work. I do not think your person is a bad person, and I actually feel sorry for them because there is so much regret here. They are realizing they purposely pushed you away because the way you made them feel actually scared them. They fell in love with you and wish they had put in equal effort, but now they are over here feeling like a fool. They feel like a fool for crossing the line and messing up the connection, but too embarrassed to come forward. Yeah, they are embarrassed. That is why they are going through this dark night of the soul. This is somebody, let's take it old school. They could feel like they need to wear a dunce hat and go sit in the corner because they know without a shadow of a doubt that they screwed up something that was beautiful for them. I also feel like with this person, part of the problem that they're going through this dark night of the soul is you see this table, it is empty. You see this plate, there is nothing on there. So part of the thing with this person is they felt very foolish because this person feels like they don't have anything to offer you. That is part of the reason they are going through the dark night of the soul. For some of you, they thought that they needed the financial backing. That is why they stayed away from you. That is why they are going through this dark night of the soul when in reality, you already had everything. So you didn't care what this person had or what they didn't. For others of you, when they had a lot of positive energy, it is because you were in their life, things were flowing beautifully, and now it feels like they have lost everything. They are also having a lot of dreams, significant dreams. The dream catcher may be significant. They have been dreaming a lot about you and they are really trying to manifest you into the reality. But besides that, you are somebody. It is like they could have dreamed about you before they even met you. This is also somebody where in their dreams, it is like you are the person of their dreams. Everything that you have is exactly what they want. This is something that I feel like this person hasn't even expressed to you. I also feel like a rabbit's foot may be significant. You may be a life path of or you may be a Chinese zodiac of a rabbit, but I am getting fire energy also here. There is a lot of passion and a lot of desire. This person just feels foolish. Here they are listening to the birds. Here they are trying to do everything by themselves, and now they are upset that they don't have anything. Meanwhile, they are looking at you and they are saying, this person is like a dream. They are having a lot of desires over you. They are watching you, okay? They have been watching your social media to see what you post and get clues on how to approach you. For those of you that are not on social media, this could be them watching you at work. This could be them driving by your house. But there is a lot of illumination is what I am gathering by them just watching you. And the more that they watch you, the more that they are sitting here realizing how they regret everything because it is almost like the both of you are waiting for the other person. This person feels foolish and you are over here just waiting. For some of you, you may have a distinct feeling that they are watching you. You could even have somebody's hateful rival that is watching you as well. This could be like a third party, this could be a friend, it could be whatever. But I also feel like you have somebody here that is just anxiously waiting because they really do miss you. They search for you and everything, and they feel you are everywhere. Always in the back of their mind, hoping that they run into you. Your person hopes that they see you at the grocery store, at the coffee place, at the airport, whatever you do. It is like this person prays that they run into you. And the reason that they are sitting here hoping and wishing is because this person really does miss you. They see you and everything. This is somebody that I feel like you have really inspired them, even in your knowledge of spirituality. It is like you both are sitting here thinking of each other. And I do want to say this your person with the lilies coming up or whatever, it is like this person had to go through this dark night of the soul in order for them to understand how they felt foolish because they were insecure. They were immature when it came to love because God gave them exactly what they wanted. And it is crazy because they are sitting there watching you be alone, or they feel like you are very lonely, or they are lonely. For some of you, this may even feel like a telenovela, like everything is happening all at one time. There is a lot of passion here with this person. And I also feel like this the more that they watch you, the more that they feel like you are surreal. The more that they watch you, the more I feel like sometimes when you overwatch somebody, it confuses them because exactly what they see with you is exactly what they are getting. See, they felt extremely foolish here because they thought there was no chance in hell that you were who you said you were. That the times that you communicated, blue jays may be significant. You see all the rabbits, and you also see the does or the deers. Your person could be a hunter. Snow White could be significant. There is lightning going on in the background. They think that this kind of love only happens and fairies tell stories because to them you are too perfect to believe it is true. That is why your person is sitting here going, I am a fool. So I am upset at the collective. I treated the collective poorly. I ignored them because they were too perfect. That doesn't make any sense because the collective was very honest and very open. That is why they feel foolish. But I also feel like, too, if you see the difference between Snow White and this queen, there is a level of duality. So this could even be, in Greece when Sandy is like the good girl right here. She is over here being the good girl, doing what she's supposed to do, towing the line. But what nobody else sees is that she transforms into a bad MFR, right? So it is like this person is sitting here going, "Oh my gosh, you are the person of my dreams." But they could have felt like whatever their lifestyle was, that you were too soft to be in it. Little did they know, you were like, "Listen here, player. Okay, I wrote the book." This is coming in as very, like, dark, seductress, but it is a different energy. It is not a negative energy, but it is a very confident energy. It is a confident energy more than likely because you had to go through the same fire that this person did. It is something about your eyes in particular. You could be a Chinese zodiac of a tiger. They love how independent you are. See, the thing about a tiger is very independent. A tiger is also somebody that is great at fighting, great at working hard, great at succeeding, right? And something that you may or may not realize, you or your person, they could be a Chinese zodiac of a tiger, but you make them putty in your hands. They know their old conquering ways will not work on you. See, here is the thing, and this could be a duality thing where you can say, listen, I will take the time. You can go ahead and get angry. It is not going to upset me. But at the same point in time, don't get it twisted because I also am somebody where I don't have to deal with this. That is where your person is going through this significant awakening. You could have also had some type of conversation here where you had to exude a level of dominance. And I feel like it gave this person a significant awakening that everything has changed. And they now hold a new understanding because they are watching you on how you handle love, and they are recognizing the significance in this connection, which is the fact that you and this person are twin flames or have a very soul-like connection. You don't have to be or do anything for them to love you. Their higher self wants union just as much as you do. I think that believe it or not, the reason your connection is beautiful and the reason your connection has had a lot of ups and downs and changes is because the both of you have a level of innocence. And I feel like you guys were both innocent in this situation, but other people became too much involved in what your situation is. A lot of you also, this person could have felt like they needed to push you away because you were too innocent. And they loved you so much, but they wanted to protect you. For some of you, there is a level of protection, but again, it is like this person is really struggling because they feel like you and them can be a power couple because you both have this energy that makes you unstoppable. And when you come together, it is beautiful. That is also why a lot of times you are going to see that before you come in union with your divine counterpart that God has set forth for you, the devil comes and tries to destroy it. Because the thing is, when you have that yin and yang come together as one, that is such a powerful connection because it is utilizing the light and the dark in that alchemy and it is transitioning into significant abundance financially, spiritually, with your kids, whatever you find abundance in, right? There is something significant coming here. And here is what you don't understand. You already set this person's heart on fire. Their soul is already burning for you. This is somebody that is awakening. The unquenchable It is natural and an undeniable connection. This person can no longer deny how they feel. For some of you, this is an energy where they want to be very intimate. Their greatest, memory with you, it is more than just and it is the memory of them feeling closest to you. I think the thing you may or may not understand is this person was just kind of confused by the way that you did things. The mystery of you intrigues them, you keep them guessing and engaged, indifferent from the rest. Yeah, it is something about the way that you go through things. It could be the fact that you guys have different roots. Um, it could also be the fact, how you grew up, whatever it may be. But I definitely feel like there is some type of unseen factor here that you may or may not understand. But for some of you, this person is uprooting their life, leaving everything that is familiar to them, to start a brand new life with you. So if you really take a look at this, like this is intense because they are leaving something that they know. This even could have been something where their fleeting heart will only end up betraying you in the end. You have this insight of somebody that needed to be released here because they lost this battle. This is somebody that is been plotting or scheming or trying to do anything. This is somebody that is always thinking of the next plot to try to ruin your connection. But now they are discovering that you are chilling. And in a battle of wits, it is about who it is. Like they may win the battle, but you win the war. There's a difference. That is a component that most people may or may not understand. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make a drink. Okay, you were trying to tell this person something over and over and over again. And I feel like it is kind of that energy where when you want to see it, you will. Okay. That is why, for me, when I give advice to people, I don't care whether or not they understand the advice in the sense of whether they digest it. If they don't agree with it, I don't care because I still know at the end of the day that advice is correct. And when they are at that right vibration or when they are at that right frequency, they will understand exactly what I said, right? This person is sitting here going, oh my gosh, I was so stubborn. But you could be a Chinese zodiac of a horse. You could have horses. You could be the cowboy. Maybe your person is a cowboy. I just thought of your person just feeling like, what have I done? Oh my gosh, this entire time, I am finally understanding what the collective was saying to me. This person wants to communicate or they receive some type of communication that definitely could have put them in a different perspective. Okay, which is interesting. Aquarius energy, Mercury in Aquarius, there was some type of conversation. This conversation could have been had for this week. This could also be a conversation that will happen within this week, and it is communication. Threes are significant. You could be a life path 3, you could be a life path 33, you could be born on the 3rd, you could be born on the 12th or the 21st. But there is going to be some type of conversation here where it feels like your person is coming to express their truth. They're like, look, okay, I know I was playing to win. I know that you think that I was being vindictive, but I want to give you a different perspective on what was really happening because this person feels like they needed to tell you the truth, but they didn't. And a lot of this would clear up a lot of the energy. But again, here is the problem. I feel like with humanity or just people in general, people believe we all handle things the same way, which is not true. Because, for example, I am having a conversation with my kids and they are fighting. Right. My older son apologizes and then he says to my younger son, you need to apologize now. I am waiting for your apology. And my younger son is just sitting there and his eyes are like welling. And my son is angry because he is not getting the communication that he wants. And that is when I stopped my son and I said, you are being overly rational and overly logical. Look at his eyes. He can't speak because he is about to cry and he doesn't want to cry in front of you, which is why he is sitting there and not saying anything. So it is about a teaching moment of empathy, right? And having sympathy for those, even though we may be right, even though we may be justified in our frustration, but it is also taking that step back to have a higher perspective. A macro perspective of this person was just having a really, really, really bad day, and it was just the straw that broke the camel's back. It is something here with this person. And the reason I am saying this to you is because they have been trying to tell you how they feel. That is what is so sad here. You are sitting there going, "Hello, are you going to say something? You are not going to say anything? What is going on?" And they are over here saying ready to communicate, but then every time they go, it is almost like their head is on upside down. And they have a hard time expressing how they really feel, and then they get into an energy of this is just too complicated because it is pushing them outside of their comfort zone. That is why whatever this emotional conversation is going to be, Mercury and Cancer, here is the thing. You have a conversation of swords, right? Air in Aquarian energy is very direct, right? Aquarian energy is it is what it is. I don't care if it hurts your feelings because you deserve to get your feelings hurt. That is that Aquarian energy. Yeah. But then you have this Cancer energy, Mercury in Cancer. Now, people think, oh, they are emotional. This person is always going to try to understand the emotions behind, okay, the coldness, but also whatever this conversation is, they are going to have a different perspective of whatever you say too. Because don't get it twisted. If a Cancer is angry at you, they let you know and it hurts. You have Pisces energy, Aquarius energy, Cancer energy. It is a lot of communication. Third house, Gemini. There is a lot of communication, a lot of speaking for some of you. Um, they are talking to your brothers or your sisters. They are talking about traveling. You could be traveling. There is some type of activity that they are planning for you. They are also very focused and very fixated on anything that you say or anything that you do. I am also getting that there is something here about a nightlife. Just keep getting that people are communicating, but there is a lot of communication in secret. Why is there communication in secret? I don't know why the devil. What do we need to understand about this devil? Ooh, hold on. Okay, this makes sense to me. All right. When I was like, why is this devil here? All right. So you have the devil, which is six. Six, you could be a life past six. 15, you could be born on the 6th, the 15th, the 24th. I don't think that that is the devil. You have 8 here as well. Pick up sticks, keep hearing Wanda. It is funny. A fish called Wanda. Okay. Why is there a lot of like hidden communication? Because your person is very fixated on you right now. Capricorn energy, like when I say fixated, this person is obsessing because they want the second chance with you. Scorpio energy, Capricorn energy, they want the second chance. They want to harmonize the situation. They want to work on your connection. For some of you, this is really about reigniting the past. They could try to reach out to you if you have children with this person. They could try to communicate about the child. This could also be them wanting to have a child with you if you are in the childbearing ages. If not, this is just really somebody that wants to communicate about reigniting the past. The last few months for this person has been hell. It has been really, really challenging for this person. That is why you have a lot of communication coming in. Look at all this material energy. All of this material energy is coming in because somebody wants to communicate. The problem is this communication, it also needs some type of stability because your person is sitting here saying, "You are my heart. I want to be with you." I'm communicating, okay, positively that they want this house, a partnership because they are genuinely in love with you. They love everything about you. Meanwhile, you are over here stuck in your head, stressed out over whether or not you are seeing something correctly. Because for a lot of you, you may be over there in your head going, am I crazy? Why why can I not stop thinking about this person? But can I also tell you something? The reason your person loves you, it is the way that you think, right? That is Jupiter and Gemini. If you have a Jupiter and Gemini, that is the way that you see the world. That is the duality. That is the difference. But also your differences could have put this person in their head is what I am gathering. but they are very attracted to you, Leo energy. They feel like you look very attractive. They idolize you. They are just in their head how somebody like you could look the way that you do and then speak and communicate in the manner that you also do. This is something I feel like that is why they are coming in here. They are like, "Yeah, divinely this is divinely assisted." People are so used to, like, someone either being attractive or having a good personality, right? It's usually one or the other. One time I told someone, "You can't be, like, a total mess and still expect God to choose you, so, looks like you need to be a nice person." "Hello, can I come in?" Right? I know, that sounds kinda harsh, but honestly, that's what it reminded me of. It's like your person is sitting there saying, like, how confident they are about you. Confidently, they're realizing you're everything. Confidently, there's this judgment happening, and it's like they're seeing you in a completely new light. You've got a lot of personal power and control that's, like, surprisingly shocking to them. The way you look, it doesn't match the way you think or the way you manifest or whatever else you're doing. They've never met anyone like you before. You're, like, special, like a phoenix rising from the ashes or a wizard with untold magic. There's something about your energy that's, like, otherworldly. It's cosmic. Seriously, you're like a force of nature. Super significant. Alright, so, um, what's this person's energy like right now? How do they feel about their life? Ooh, temperance. So they're really trying to find balance. This person is like working hard to heal certain parts of their life right now. It's like they're trying to get everything in order. And the cool thing is I feel like both of you are doing the same thing. That's why you're seeing things from a different perspective here. So what's going on in their external environment? What do we need to know about that? There's a lot of arguing. But it's kinda strange because I feel like this arguing is happening because of some kind of restriction. Like, something's holding them back, and it's making people upset. There's also a lot of boundaries being drawn, and someone's being really territorial right now. It's a weird vibe. What's the energy in this connection? What's the external factor in the connection? So we've got the environmental factors and then the external one. Well, it looks like things are on pause. Your person's not speaking to anyone in their environment right now, especially to the people who might have deterred the connection. It's like they've cut them off. So, what's going on in their day to day? The Five of Pentacles in the first house, there's something going on with how they're moving through their daily life, and they're not speaking to whatever or whoever is in their environment that's causing trouble. And then let's talk about the unseen factors because, like, you need to understand why this isn't working out. Is it because your person's transforming or are they just traveling? Is something blocking them? Like, what's going on here? What's your person thinking about? What's been on their mind lately? Honestly, it feels like they're thinking about how attractive you are, like how much of a go getter you are, and what action do they want to take towards you? Well, this person is fixated on you. It's like if you 2 aren't talking, they really wanna change that. There's definitely some big change coming in. They might even wanna move closer to you or, like, shake things up in a big way. But here's the thing, they're heartbroken. They're sad. And honestly, I feel like you both are mirroring each other right now. How does this person see you, though? How do they perceive you? They really do value you a lot. It's honestly surprising how much they value you. I mean, I'm not shocked, but, I'm kinda surprised, you know? So, what's the message they want to send you? Well, there's a lot of things left unsaid, and, they've been feeling like they need courage to face you again. That's kinda the energy here, right? Like, you didn't see this coming. There's been a lot of things left unsaid between you 2, but, like, they need that courage to face you, to really open up and speak their truth, and that's why this person wants to change the way you 2 communicate. They want a reunion. They're really thinking about what actions to take, but they knew they had to transform first, and part of that transformation was setting boundaries, especially with people who've been watching you or who've been in your energy. It's crazy, right? But it's like they're clearing the path to make things right between you 2. All right, guys, that's all I've got for you for this reading. Honestly, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. You all mean a lot, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, okay? Bye bye.